What if I told you that one of the most iconic coins in American history was minted in the same year as the birth of the Pac-Man arcade game and the launch of CNN? That's right, we're talking about the 1980 US quarter dollar. But there's more to this coin than meets the eye. Stick around to uncover its historical significance, unique features, and some little-known secrets that might surprise you. This coin is often overlooked, but could it be worth much more than its face value? Or could there be rare versions of it hiding in plain sight, worth hundreds, maybe even thousands, of dollars? Keep watching, because the true value of the 1980 quarter dollar is something that will make any coin collector sit up and take notice. The 1980 quarter dollar is often seen as just another run-of-the-mill coin. After all, it was minted in the midst of the 1980s, a decade that brought about many technological and cultural shifts. Yet, this coin stands as a testament to the history of US currency, and there's more to its story than you might expect. So, what made the 1980 quarter dollar truly stand out in the world of American coinage? Was it just another year, or does this coin hold a fascinating story waiting to be told? Well, buckle up, because the adventure starts right now. In 1980, America was undergoing dramatic changes. The 1980s marked the beginning of a new era of innovation and culture, from the election of Ronald Reagan to the launch of early video games like Pac-Man. The country was starting to feel the effects of inflation, and the economy was shifting in ways that would shape the next few decades. On the global stage, CNN was changing the landscape of news broadcasting, while personal computers were beginning to take over homes across the country. The 1980s were a decade of change and transformation, and in the midst of it all, the U.S. Mint was busy minting coins, including the 1980 quarter dollar. The design of the quarter dollar, one of the most iconic coins in American history, had already been cemented decades earlier. Since 1932, the quarter had featured the portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This was a significant year for the coin, as it marked the addition of the word liberty and the phrase, "In God We Trust." These simple, yet powerful, elements helped solidify Washington's profile as an enduring symbol of the United States. By 1980, the design was well known and recognized by Americans everywhere. However, there was something about this particular year that sets it apart. What many may not realize is that the 1980 quarter dollar was minted during a time when U.S. currency was going through major changes. Following the move away from silver and the introduction of clad coins, the mint had adopted a copper-nickel alloy for most of its coins, including the quarter. This made the 1980 quarter different from earlier, silver-based versions of the coin. So, while it may have seemed like just another year for the quarter, the new material used in its creation would soon make it a sought-after piece for collectors. But there's more to this coin than just its base material. The reverse of the 1980 quarter features the same eagle design that had been in place since the 1930s. This heraldic eagle, with a shield in its chest, holding arrows and olive branches in its talons, is an enduring symbol of the nation's strength and peace. The design was meant to evoke a sense of pride and unity, and it has become a quintessential representation of the American spirit. While the front of the coin bears Washington's profile, the reverse has always been a powerful symbol of the United States' resilience and commitment to freedom. But here's where things start to get interesting. In addition to the standard designs, there were some quirky variations and mistakes made during the minting process that have made the 1980 quarter dollar a subject of fascination for collectors. You see, while the minting process may seem straightforward, it's not without its flaws. Errors happen. Mistakes are made. And in the case of the 1980 quarter, some of these mistakes have led to coins that are worth far more than their face value. The minting process behind the 1980 quarter dollar is a fascinating one. The U.S. Mint follows a strict procedure to ensure that coins are created with precision and accuracy. From the design phase to the final strike, everything is designed to produce a coin that meets the Mint's high standards. But like any large-scale production process, sometimes things go wrong. Coins can be struck with the wrong dies, or the machinery can malfunction, resulting in errors. The 1980 quarter dollar was no exception to this. While the majority of the coins produced that year were struck with flawless precision, there were a few that slipped through the cracks. These errors are what collectors are always on the lookout for, and the 1980 quarter dollar is no exception. There were reports of die cracks, off-center strikes, and other minting anomalies that resulted in coins with unusual features. Some collectors even reported finding quarters with missing details or incorrect designs, further increasing the mystery surrounding the coin. These error coins quickly became highly sought after, with prices soaring as collectors tried to track down these rare versions. So, what makes these coins worth so much? Well, it all comes down to rarity and condition. While the vast majority of 1980 quarter dollars are worth just 25 cents, the error coins have the potential to fetch much higher prices. A simple die crack or off-center strike might add a few dollars to a coin's value, but rarer errors can push the value into the hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars. Some of the most valuable 1980 quarter dollar error coins have been known to fetch tens of thousands at auction. It's not unheard of for these coins to be sold for well above their face value, with collectors willing to pay a premium for a piece of history. Now, you might be wondering, could there be a 1980 quarter dollar hiding in your spare change right now, worth much more than just a quarter? The answer is yes, there's a chance. But how do you know if you have one of these rare error coins in your possession? What signs should you look for when inspecting your quarters? It's time to learn how to spot a hidden treasure. Identifying valuable 1980 quarter dollars isn't as difficult as you might think. There are several key features to look for when assessing a coin's value. For example, check for any signs of minting errors, like die cracks or off-center strikes. The more distinct and unusual the error, the more valuable the coin could be. You'll also want to pay attention to the coin's condition. A well-preserved, uncirculated coin will always be worth more than a heavily worn one. And for those rare proof coins struck at the San Francisco Mint, be sure to look for the telltale S mint mark, which sets them apart from regular circulation quarters. The rise of coin collecting in the 1980s helped propel the 1980 quarter dollar into the spotlight. As the hobby of numismatics gained popularity, collectors began to seek out specific coins from certain years, and the 1980 quarter dollar was no exception. Some collectors became obsessed with acquiring every quarter from the 1980s, creating a modern quarter series that would eventually become a prized collection. In fact, the 1980 quarter dollar's role in the 1980s coin collecting boom has made it a key player in the world of modern numismatics. And its place in history is still felt today, as collectors continue to hunt for rare variations and mint errors from that year. But what does the future hold for this coin? Could the 1980 quarter dollar continue to rise in value, or will it eventually fade into obscurity? As we wrap up, it's clear that the 1980 quarter dollar holds a special place in the world of American coinage. Its design, history, and the errors that make it so unique have made it a sought-after treasure among collectors. And while the vast majority of these coins are worth only face value, the few that contain minting errors or are in perfect condition could be worth a small fortune. So, the next time you're flipping through your change jar or browsing a coin shop, take a closer look at your 1980 quarters. You never know, you might just be holding a hidden gem, waiting to be discovered. Keep your eyes peeled for those rare error coins, and who knows? You might just uncover the next big find in the world of numismatics. If you enjoyed this dive into the world of coin collecting and want to learn more about the fascinating stories behind other rare coins, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, stay curious, because in the world of numismatics, the next big discovery could be right around the corner. Keep hunting, and who knows what treasures await you in your spare change. What if I told you there was a coin that slipped through the cracks of history, one that shouldn't even exist? A coin so rare, it could be worth thousands of dollars. Sounds like a story straight out of a treasure hunt, right? Well, buckle up, because today, we're diving into the fascinating tale of the 1996 US quarter dollar error coin. Coin collecting is a hobby that has fascinated people for centuries. Some coins hold value because of their age, their historical significance, or the rarity of their mintage. But every so often, a coin comes along that defies all expectations and becomes a hidden treasure, a true anomaly that captivates collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike. And today, that treasure is the 1996 US $quarter error coin. This coin is not your typical quarter. It's a product of an incredible, almost unbelievable mistake at the US Mint, a mistake so rare that finding one could mean a small fortune. But what makes this coin so special? What caused this error? And could it be hiding in your spare change or in that dusty coin jar you've had sitting on your shelf for years? Stick with us, because we're about to unravel one of the most fascinating coin mysteries of the last few decades. The story of the 1996 US $quarter begins far earlier than its production date. To understand just how rare and valuable this error coin is, we first need to take a step back in time and explore the history of the $quarter coin itself. The US quarter has been a symbol of American currency since its creation in 1796. Over the centuries, it has undergone numerous design changes, each reflecting the political, cultural, and economic influences of the time. For much of the 19th and early 20th centuries, the $quarter featured an image of liberty, before transitioning to a depiction of George Washington, the first President of the United States, in 1932. Washington's portrait has remained the focal point of the quarter's design ever since, but that doesn't mean the coin hasn't undergone its fair share of changes. In the 20th century, various commemorative quarters and special edition designs were introduced to celebrate key moments in U.S. history. The state quarters program in the late 1990s, for example, saw a new state-themed design released each year, creating a sense of excitement around the coin and spurring interest among collectors. But it was during this period of increased production that something remarkable happened. In 1996, a seemingly innocuous mistake in the minting process led to one of the most sought-after error coins in U.S. history. The U.S. Mint was a well-oiled machine, producing billions of coins every year to meet the demands of the American economy. The process for creating a $quarter was highly controlled, with a set of precise procedures and quality checks designed to ensure that each coin was struck with perfection. The Mint's employees worked hard to avoid errors, carefully inspecting each coin for flaws. But despite their best efforts, sometimes, even the most careful systems fail. Errors happen during the minting process, and when they do, they can lead to coins that are unlike anything you'd find in regular circulation. These coins, imperfect, but unique, become highly coveted by collectors who see them as rare treasures. Some of the most famous error coins in history have been created by the slightest of mistakes that were overlooked or missed during production. The 1996 $quarter error coin is one of the most famous of these. The error at the U.S. Mint in 1996 was caused by an unusual set of circumstances. The Mint had a strict policy of using designated reverse dies for each coin year, ensuring that each year's design was consistent and correctly struck. However, something went wrong in 1996. A batch of $quarter coins was accidentally struck with the reverse die from the previous year, 1995. This resulted in a coin that was meant to be a 1996 quarter, but with a reverse design from the 1995 quarter. At first glance, the mistake might seem insignificant. After all, the reverse side of the coin typically features the iconic eagle, a symbol of American strength and pride. But the difference between the two designs is subtle, yet unmistakable to a trained eye. The 1995 reverse die featured a slightly different engraving of the eagle than the 1996 design, and when these two elements were combined, they created a coin that was visually distinct from the standard 1996 $quarter. This was the birth of the 1996 $quarter error coin, a mistake that would go on to make headlines, captivate collectors, and become one of the most valuable coins in numismatic history. You might be wondering, how could this mistake go unnoticed for so long? After all, with all the scrutiny and inspections that the U.S. Mint puts its coins through, how could this error slip through the cracks? Well, as it turns out, the error was subtle enough that it didn't immediately raise any red flags. In fact, it wasn't until collectors and numismatists began to notice that something was off that the coin's true significance became apparent. The eagle on the reverse side of the 1996 quarter wasn't quite right. And when they examined it closely, they realized that it was the 1995 eagle, not the one that was supposed to appear on the 1996 quarter. The moment of discovery was dramatic. Sharp-eyed collectors who were familiar with the subtle differences in coin designs began to notice the discrepancy. They reported their findings to the broader numismatic community, and the excitement began to build. As more and more of these 1996 quarters with the 1995 reverse die were discovered, the news spread like wildfire. Collectors couldn't believe their luck. A coin that was supposed to be part of the 1996 series, but instead carried the reverse design of the previous year, was a rare treasure, a piece of numismatic history. The public reaction was one of shock and excitement. Coin dealers and collectors alike were thrilled by the discovery. This was no ordinary error coin. This was something truly special. The story of the 1996 $2 error coin became a sensation in the numismatic world. People who had never given much thought to coin collecting suddenly found themselves caught up in the hunt for these rare error coins. But here's the kicker: even after it was discovered, there's still a huge debate about how rare this coin really is. Could there be more of them out there, still hiding in plain sight? Some collectors believe that the U.S. Mint may have produced more of these error coins than initially thought, while others are convinced that the number is far lower than what has been reported. In any case, the hunt for the 1996 $2 error coin continued, as collectors scoured coin rolls, attended coin shows, and checked their spare change in hopes of finding one of these rare treasures. But just how valuable is this coin? The value of a coin is determined by several factors, but in the case of the 1996 $2 error coin, rarity is by far the most important factor. The scarcity of the coin, combined with its unique design, has made it incredibly valuable among collectors. Coins with minting errors are always in demand, and this one is no exception. But what does that mean for the price? The value of a 1996 $2 error coin can vary greatly depending on its condition, authenticity, and certification. In general, the value ranges from $50 for a coin in average condition to over $100,000 for a coin that has been graded and certified as mint state. The highest prices are typically reserved for coins that are in near-perfect condition, with no signs of wear or damage. However, even a less-than-perfect coin can still command a significant price, especially if it is graded by a trusted coin certification service. The search for these rare coins became a craze in the numismatic community, and as the demand for the 1996 $2 error coin grew, so too did its value. Auction houses began to report sales of these coins for tens of thousands of dollars, and even smaller coin shops started offering them for prices that far exceeded their face value. The excitement surrounding the coin only fueled the hunt, with collectors eager to get their hands on what they considered to be a once-in-a-lifetime find. But with all this excitement came a new set of challenges. Counterfeit versions of the 1996 $2 error coin began to surface, as unscrupulous sellers sought to capitalize on the growing demand. These counterfeit coins were often poorly made and easily identified by experts, but some were convincing enough to trick unsuspecting buyers. This led to an increased emphasis on authentication and certification, as collectors sought to ensure that the coins they were purchasing were the real deal. So, what's the real story behind the 1996 $2 error? And how many are really out there? While the exact number remains a mystery, one thing is clear: the 1996 $2 error coin remains one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in the world. Its rarity, unique design, and intriguing story make it a true treasure for collectors, and the hunt for these coins continues to this day. For those who are serious about collecting, learning how to spot a 1996 $2 error coin is essential. The first step is to carefully examine the reverse side of the coin. Look for the eagle. If it's the 1995 design, you've likely found an error coin. You'll also want to inspect the overall condition of the coin, as the value is largely determined by its quality. Using magnification tools, such as a jeweler's loupe, can help you get a closer look at the details of the coin and identify any discrepancies. For added assurance, consider using trusted coin certification services, which can authenticate the coin and provide a professional grading report. Could you be the next person to uncover a piece of history? With the right knowledge and a little bit of luck, you just might be. The hunt is on, and the thrill of discovering one of these rare error coins is part of what makes coin collecting so captivating. the legacy of the 1996 $quarter error coin continues to captivate collectors and enthusiasts. Decades after its creation, the coin remains one of the most mysterious and valuable treasures in American history. As future generations of collectors look back on the story of this incredible coin, they will continue to marvel at the unique set of circumstances that led to its creation. And who knows? Maybe, just maybe, there are still more error coins waiting to be discovered, hidden away in coin rolls or tucked into forgotten change jars. So, the question is, will the 1996 $quarter error coin continue to remain one of the most mysterious and valuable treasures in American history? Or will more errors like it be waiting to be discovered? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, the world of coin collecting will never be the same again. Did you know there's a coin in your pocket that carries the weight of Canadian history, wildlife, and art? And it's just a regular 25-cent piece. But here's the twist, not all 2006 quarters are created equal. Stick around as we explore the fascinating story behind this iconic coin and the secrets it might hold. You might be thinking, it's just a quarter, but what if I told you this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth hundreds, even thousands, of dollars? That's right, this is no ordinary piece of change. The 2006 Canadian 25-cent coin holds far more value than its face value, and it's tied to deep Canadian symbolism, the craftsmanship of the Royal Canadian Mint, and a world of potential hidden treasures. The coin in question features a caribou, an animal deeply tied to Canada's wilderness and natural beauty, but that's just the beginning. This quarter is packed with surprises that could change the way you view your spare change forever. From minting errors to rare editions, the 2006 quarter holds a world of possibilities for collectors and enthusiasts alike. But why is this coin so important to collectors? And what makes it more than just a regular piece of change? The answer might surprise you. Let's take a closer look at the 2006 Canadian quarter. What makes it so special? At first glance, this coin seems like any other, but if you look closer, you'll see a beautifully crafted caribou on the reverse side, a creature that's become synonymous with Canada's rich wilderness and history. The caribou has been part of Canadian coinage since 1937, and this design continues to represent the nation's natural beauty and animal life. For Canadians, the caribou is a powerful symbol, one of strength, survival, and resilience. But the design goes even deeper than just showcasing wildlife. This coin captures the essence of Canada itself, a country whose identity is rooted in its vast wilderness. The obverse of the 2006 quarter features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a design that has become standard on Canadian currency since 2003. The Queen's image, rendered by artist Susanna Blunt, represents Canada's ties to the British monarchy and its history as a member of the Commonwealth. The portrait is simple but powerful, a constant reminder of Canada's heritage. This design connects the country's present to its past, and it's become an iconic representation of Canadian currency. But here's the thing, this quarter has more to it than just beautiful designs. Could there be hidden variations or valuable additions that make it worth more than face value? You might be wondering if this is just a regular quarter, or if there's something unique about the 2006 edition. And that's where the story really gets interesting. Before we dive into the possibilities of rare coins, let's take a look at the minting process. Understanding how the 2006 quarter was created can help us appreciate its design and the possibilities for collectors. The 2006 quarter, like all Canadian coins, was produced by the Royal Canadian Mint. The minting process is a meticulous one. Coins like the 2006 quarter are struck multiple times to ensure clarity and precision in the design. The mint uses specialized presses that force metal dies onto a coin blank, shaping the design into the coin's surface. The 2006 quarter is made of nickel-plated steel, a durable material designed to withstand wear and tear while maintaining the sharpness of its design. The Royal Canadian Mint's state-of-the-art technology ensures that every coin produced is up to the highest standards, but it's not foolproof. Minting errors are more common than you might think. For example, die cracks, off-center strikes, or even misprints can all happen during the minting process. These errors can be rare, but they can significantly increase a coin's value. sometimes making an ordinary coin worth far more than its face value. But don't be fooled, not all errors are created equal. Some are so small that they're hard to spot, while others are glaringly obvious to trained eyes. So, could there be unique variants of this coin that collectors are eager to find? Let's take a closer look at some of the key variations. One of the most interesting things about the 2006 Canadian quarter is the potential for proof versions. Proof coins are struck with greater care and a higher level of detail than regular circulation coins. These coins are polished and struck multiple times to create a flawless finish, making them stand out from regular coins. The 2006 proof quarter is no exception. With its frosted finish and polished design, it's a coin that's highly sought after by collectors, often fetching much more than face value, but there's more to it. Some collectors are after uncirculated sets of 2006 quarters, which have been kept in perfect condition since their minting. These coins have no signs of wear and are often considered more valuable than their used counterparts. And don't forget about those coins with errors. Off-center strikes or die cracks could make a regular 25-cent coin worth far more than you ever imagined. Now, let's talk about the value of the 2006 quarter. While most circulated quarters are worth just 25 cents, uncirculated or proof versions can fetch much more. But what about those rare variants with errors? Could they be worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars? The value of a coin is influenced by several factors: condition, rarity, demand, and minting errors. Proof coins, for example, can often be sold for several times their face value due to their pristine condition and limited mintage. The 2006 proof set, which included the 25-cent coin, is a prime example of a collection that can command a premium price. These sets are sold at a much higher price than the individual coins because they offer collectors the chance to own a set of coins in perfect condition. But what's the highest anyone has ever paid for a 2006 quarter? That's where things get really interesting. While most of the coins in circulation are worth just a few dollars, rare proof versions and error coins can command astonishing prices. Some have sold for hundreds of dollars, and in the case of a truly unique error, the value can go into the thousands, or even more. So, could the 2006 quarter be worth a small fortune? You'll want to stay tuned to find out. Coin collecting has become a hugely popular hobby in Canada, and the 2006 quarter is no exception. As collectors seek to complete their sets of Canadian coins, the 2006 quarter plays an important role. It's part of the larger collection of coins featuring iconic Canadian designs, and its caribou theme makes it especially appealing to those who value the country's wildlife and heritage. But the 2006 quarter is more than just a coin in a collection. It's a piece of Canadian history, a symbol of the nation's natural beauty and wildlife. For many, collecting these coins is a way to connect with the past and preserve the legacy of Canada's natural landscape. The caribou design, in particular, holds great significance. It reminds Canadians of the wilderness that has shaped their country, and it serves as a reminder of the animals that still roam freely in Canada's forests and tundra. For collectors, owning a 2006 quarter means holding a small piece of that history in their hands. But here's the thing, there's more to the 2006 quarter than meets the eye. What if I told you that this coin could unlock a whole new world of collecting opportunities? What if, buried in your collection or even in your pocket, there's a rare edition of this coin just waiting to be discovered? You'll want to stick around to find out how you can spot a valuable 2006 quarter and what to look for. Now, let's talk about how you can identify a valuable 2006 quarter. It's all about knowing what to look for. First, you'll want to check the condition of the coin. Is it worn, or is it in pristine shape? A coin in mint condition, whether it's uncirculated or proof, will always be worth more than a coin that's been circulating for years. But the condition isn't the only thing that matters. Minting errors like die cracks, off-center strikes, or even misprints can make a coin worth a small fortune. If you find a 2006 quarter with one of these errors, you could be holding a rare collector's item. But how do you know if your coin is worth something special? One of the best ways to determine the value of a coin is by using a coin grading system. Coin grading is the process of evaluating a coin's condition, and it's a crucial part of the coin collecting world. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is. Grading systems like the American Numismatic Association (ANA) and Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) are widely used by collectors to determine a coin's value. So, how do you know if your coin is truly valuable? By learning how to grade it and using the right tools, you could turn a regular 25-cent piece into a collector's dream. But what if you already have one of these rare quarters sitting in your collection? Or even in your pocket? Could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? The next step is deciding what to do with your coins. If you're looking to buy, sell, or trade your 2006 quarter, there are plenty of places to do so. Coin shops, online auctions, and numismatic websites are all great places to buy and sell rare coins. If you're looking to trade or buy coins for your collection, you'll want to be familiar with popular online communities and marketplaces. Whether you're an experienced collector or a newcomer to the hobby, these platforms provide a place to discuss, buy, and sell coins with like-minded people. As you explore these avenues, you'll notice that coin values fluctuate over time. Some coins gain value as they become rarer, while others might lose value as more are discovered or circulated. But when you're talking about rare errors or limited edition coins, prices can soar. So, is it worth the time to look for rare 2006 quarters, or is it just a waste of effort? Stay tuned, because the answer is coming up soon. So, does the 2006 quarter hold the same iconic status as other rare Canadian coins, or will it fade into obscurity? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the hunt for valuable quarters is always on. So keep checking your spare change, keep collecting, and stay curious, because you never know, your next find could be worth a fortune.